Hello everybody. In this video we're going to be looking at osTicket from the agent side of things. In the last video that I made, I walked you through how to set up a help desk environment as an administrator. In this video I'm going to be giving you a tutorial on how to work different help desk tickets that are coming in to your help desk environment. And a lot of these are going to be coming from employees, whether it's they're having hardware issues, whether they're major network issues. The full gamut of problems will be thrown at you in a help desk environment. So this is kind of just a small sample of what you can expect in a typical help desk role. Okay, so let's get started. As you can see, I have my virtual system up and running. This is deployed using Microsoft Azure. I made a video for this as well. You can check it out. But this is just running Windows 11 and we have osTicket installed on there. Let me pop it open right here. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is actually log in as an administrator, but in the agent panel. And I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to log in as Alice Adminton, Adminton. Okay, and you can see that there are some tickets that came through already, some of which are prioritized higher than others. Upon inspection, you can see that some are pretty low priority, like the printer is out of ink, and there's another one that's pretty high priority. For instance, main website is down. So as an administrator working on the client side of things, one of your roles might be to reprioritize tickets that come in, because sometimes different employees have different interpretations of what constitutes an emergency. They could think that because their speakers don't work, it's an emergency. Or on the other side of the spectrum, you could have an employee who accidentally injects a virus into the entire network and is unaware of that and thinks it's a minor issue. So first thing we're going to do is go through some of these tickets and prioritize them. I think the best place to start would be the main website is down. That seems like a pretty serious issue. So let's open this ticket and inspect it in further detail. Hey there, tech team, it's Colleen over in sales. We just started receiving a flood of calls incoming from our customers who are unable to reach our main site. Until this is fixed, our customers will no longer be able to place online orders. Okay, yeah, this is pretty serious. So if you're the lead system admin and you're helping your help desk work through tickets, this is something we're going to want to work out. This is a ticket that requires your attention as the help desk manager. So the first thing we're going to do is reprioritize this as an emergency. Okay, so we're going to update that. And this deserves a higher priority SLA. Again, this is not a default SLA that is just kind of like a minor tech issue that requires a minor amount of attention. No, this is a business critical event. So we're going to reclassify this as an urgent business critical outage. And we could say main page down requires immediate fix. And this is probably something that's actually outside of our hands as IT professionals. This is something that needs to be handled both by management and the software development team. So we're going to transfer it over to them. We're going to kick this ticket over to them for them to resolve this, okay? So we're going to reassign this to Stacy AlphaScript, who is the lead software engineer. Now, I didn't mention this in my last video, but one of the things that you can do as an administrator is that you can assign rules so that when a ticket comes through that is either prioritized as an emergency or is in your urgent business critical SLA plan, it'll automatically email everybody in a management team. So you see one of the departments that you can transfer things to is management. Sometimes you might have somebody in upper middle management that has a backdoor to the help desk system so that they can come in and audit and look at some of the tickets and problems that we're dealing with. So you can reassign it to management if that's something that your company does, or you can just reassign it to your software development team and have them take care of it. But I would recommend having a rule in place so that when something that is this serious comes through, it'll trigger an email sent to management so they can be apprised of this business critical issue. Okay, we're getting an error. It says access denied, contact administrator. Okay, so this is just because we transferred it out of our queue and it's now in the hands of software development. Okay, We have something that's prioritized as an emergency here, sent by an employee, Elon Mustard, and it says screen is stuck. Okay, let's see what that's about. Hi, this is Elon. I found a thumb drive in the parking lot and put it in my computer. It doesn't work now. Bye. Okay, well, first of all, this is not business critical. And second of all, if this person did misclassify it as business critical, then he kind of outed himself by triggering email to the entire management team, at which point they're probably going to give a talking to good old Elon here. So we're going to reclassify this as, we'll just say it's a hardware issue, and we'll just say not business critical. Potential malware though. Keep an eye on this, and we'll update this. And just like we changed the priority, we're also going to change the SLA plan. So this is not an emergency. It might be something that's high priority though, because anytime somebody sticks an unknown USB drive into their computer, you don't know what's on that, and it could be malware, it could be a malicious script. So we do want to treat this as a high priority and have our IT team look at it. So, well, again, possible malware on company, I can spell here, company computer. Send IT over ASAP and isolate system from network. All right, go ahead and update that. And again, this is not business critical. It's important, but it definitely isn't going to cause the entire company to collapse. So we'll just stick this to the 4-day work week. And let's go ahead and assign this to, again, I'm logged in as Alice Adminton, but I also have an account here. So I'm going to give this to myself. I'm going to give this to Steven and say, please investigate ASAP. Also, this is the third time he has done this. Please inform HR. Yeah, because at that point, this guy's a massive security risk. Proper response, don't touch anything. We'll be right there. Okay, so you can see the ticket was reassigned to me. And as Alice, let's hop back out of here and take a look at the rest of the tickets. Okay, so that one's already been assigned to Steven, to me. Let's go to the next one. Okay, we have one from Ike Intern. And just for context, we're going to say that Ike is one of us. He works as an agent in the help desk. Hey team, just got back from Toronto and I'm on my way back home now. I should be back at the office in about an hour. Could one of you, Alice or Steven, it should say or Steven, unlock my account for me? Cheers, Ike. Okay, so this is pretty easy. Sometimes you'll have people that have their accounts locked when they go on vacation. And we're just going to jump into Ike's account and unlock it for him. So we're going to go into admin panel. And this is something you should be familiar with if you watched the last video where we did do a lot of jumping around on the administrative side of things in osTicket. So we're going to go over to agents. And we're going to go over to Ike's account. You can see that it's locked. And now that he's back from vacation or Toronto, we'll unlock it since he's going to be back at work. And we want to make sure that he has access to the tickets to help us out with people like Elon. All right. So this is something you're going to be doing a lot of, locking people's accounts, unlocking their accounts, elevating them to administrative access, removing administrative access, put them on vacation mode, things like that. We're going to jump back into the agent panel and we'll go to this ticket. And as the head of the help desk, you can close tickets like this. So this is something that we've taken care of now. Easy fix. We'll go into ticket status and say closed. Oh, all right. We'll say all set, Ike. See you when you get back. And we'll post reply here and we'll close it. All right, all set. That one should be done. Now that we've handled the tasks that were considered business critical, whether they were actually business critical or misassigned as business critical. Let's look at the rest of the tickets and make sure that the priority matches the issue that the user's having. So can't log in, high priority. Well, it depends how important this individual is. If this is somebody on day one who's just learning the system and is watching training videos, this might be a kind of a lower priority than something like somebody who might be in software development having an internet issue. Okay, so let's go ahead and change this to normal priority. Hi, I'm having some issues logging into my account. I forgot my password, need a password reset. Okay, so we'll just assign this to, the intern, to Ike. Since this is a pretty common issue that occurs, it'll be good practice for the intern to become a master of helping people reset their password. So we'll just say password reset needed. Cool. And we'll assign that to Ike. We're also going to lower the priority. You know, maybe this is kind of a part-time employee who's not here very often and isn't working on very important things. So we'll say this is low priority. Okay, update that. Default SLA is fine for this as well. And we can write back to this person, Chadwick. We could say, no problem. I'll send Ike over as soon as he returns to the office. Thank you for your patience. And we're going to leave this open because there are still tasks that need to be done before this issue can be resolved. So for the meantime, I'm just going to post reply, move on to the next ticket. Okay, so we got a high priority ticket that Steven, me, is assigned to work on. We got a low priority ticket that Ike will handle when he gets back. All right, let's look at the last 3 tickets and then we'll wrap it up for the day. We got a lost PowerPoint here. Let's see what that's about. This is from Hope Lewis. Let's see what she has to say. This morning I returned to my desk to find a fresh desktop and a notification saying that my Windows system downloaded an update last night. I was working on a PowerPoint before I left work last night, but now it is nowhere to be found. Is this something that can be recovered, or am I just going to have to start over from scratch? Okay, let's make sure this is an appropriate priority. Normal. Yeah, I'd say this isn't high priority, nor is it something of a low priority, but I'm sure this is something important that this employee needs to work on. So we're going to leave it as normal. We're going to say it's a default SLA. It's not absolutely necessary that everybody drops what they're doing and handles this immediately. So what I can do is I can assign this to myself. And I'll say, hi, Hope. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear about the PowerPoint. I'll see what I can do. Help you recover this. I'll be there in 15 minutes. Hang tight. Alice. And we'll just post reply. All right, we got all but 2 out of the way. Let's take a look at these last 2 and see what's going on here. Okay, we got a printer that's out of ink and we have an internet issue. This one seems like it's a little more important, so let's work that one first. My office computer randomly went offline a few minutes ago. Could you please assist me with getting it back online? Okay, well, maybe Lee Park is somebody who has an important role in your company, and their computer going offline would cause a lot more of an issue than somebody who's like a part-time worker or a contractor who's barely in an office. So we can assign this an elevated priority. So we'll say this is high. We'll say this employee is head of sales, needs internet back ASAP. And we'll leave this as a default SLA. Again, I alluded to this in the last video. You're going to want to have different SLAs and different teams for larger size companies. But if your company is really small like this one is, you can just leave everything that isn't urgent in the default SLA. Okay. Now, again, if you're on a 4-day work week, I created one in the last video where I had a 4-day work week, so we could throw it in that if we're doing a 4-day work week this week. So this is networking issues, and let's say that Steven, me, let's say that I am this is something that as Alice, I would want to assign to Stephen, me. So we'll say networking issue needs to be resolved by network admin. That's me. That's Stephen. All right, so we'll assign that to me. And we'll send a response back to Lee. We're on it. I'll have Steven swing by shortly. Okay. We're going to leave this open. Until every single issue is resolved, we leave all the tickets open. All right, and we've got one more ticket left. This one seems to be a pretty minor issue, if my memory is serving me correctly. It's a printer. Yeah, it's a printer issue from Terry Rubenstein, out of ink. Let's take a look at this and see what's going on here. Printer 2 is out of yellow ink again. Could you please send someone to swap out the ink cartridge? Thanks in advance, Terry. Okay, so this is a low priority issue. So we're going to update that accordingly. And yeah, this will stay in the IT department, but we can assign this to Ike the intern, because everybody else is pretty busy right now. So we can just say simple ink swap out. Okay, it looks like this is categorized correctly. This person said that they're having hardware issues, and they said it's a printer issue. So that's good. They at least categorize this correctly. And again, we don't want to leave these people hanging. We want to make sure that we actually do communicate with them when they are sending in help desk tickets. So we can say, sorry about the printer. I'll have Ike fix it by lunch. All right, we'll post a reply. We're going to leave this ticket open until Ike swaps the ink out and the problem is resolved. So that's about it. Now, let's say that we are logging in as somebody who is not an administrator. Let's take a look at that right here. So let's say that we're Ike and we just get back to the office here. I'm going to log in as Ike, so I intern. And I'm log in here. Did I get that password right? No, let me try that again. Okay, that's better. Okay, so when Ike logs in, he'll see that he has some tickets assigned to him that are low priority. Things that are pretty easy for an intern to handle, like doing a password reset or swapping out the inkjet with the correct ink. So you can kind of see that everybody in the help desk kind of works together, whether it's the help desk manager assigning tickets to people, or you're all kind of working together as one small group, closely collaborating with each other and assigning tickets on an equal playing field. Okay, so that's about it. You now have a good look at both the administrative side of things that I covered in my last video and the agent side of things in osTicket. So hopefully you have a better understanding of the type of environment that you'll be working in as a help desk technician or a help desk manager. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.